Hey, I heard him say,
You got about
"Mom, I
5 good
believe
minutes
he has
before.
started." We're up and running. I can tell you that right now. Am I correct, sir? Yes, we are. Yes, Maz, we are up and running, but we aren't actually live. We are in the middle of the countdown, and it's a few seconds behind. I believe we have about 15 seconds left. 10 seconds left. I was close. That was a good guess. Before we will actually be up on camera. See, there's a little bit of a delay there. And Maz, go ahead.
Hey, everybody. This is just another episode of the Just Say Fuck It podcast. I am your wonderful host, Maserati. I had a little bit of an edible before the show began,
A
so
little.
I might pause again.
Oh,
it might
boy.
be a repeat of the last episode. We'll see what happens. It'll be interesting. We got a couple of topics here on the Maserati show, or as y'all like to call it, the Just Say Fuck It podcast. I'm going to go ahead and let Black Pepper Potts introduce herself.
Introduce myself. I think you just did, and it's BLK.
Oh, well, back to me then. Bucket fuck it, nigga.
Whatever.
Bucket fuck it. Back to the motherfucking host then. Shit. Look.
But
You see what happens when you give black folks a chance?
Hold on. I think you forgot like a very major, important key factor here.
I didn't. I was going to let you introduce yourself, and then I was going to come back and let him introduce himself.
Oh, we should have practiced that.
Since you didn't want to introduce yourself and you wanted to leave it up to the man, which I appreciate in these day and times, I'm going to go ahead and bring it on right back to myself, the protector and provider, the man of the goddamn show, because we have a very special guest with us today. I'm going to go ahead and let him introduce himself.
What up? Is DJ Step One. One third of the Montre team. You know, part of varsity squad, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Y'all gotta get that augmented on.
Oh yeah, make sure you get that
on
augmented.
Android.
Yeah, we gotta get.
Also, yeah.
If you got an iPhone, make sure you down the Montre app. Augmented reality, definitely the way of the future.
Yeah,
Are
I
you
can't
going to
wait
spell that, or is she you going to put that at the bottom of the screen or something?
No, we
I
can
can spell
definitely.
it.
Yeah,
I'll
definitely.
spell
Go
it
ahead.
right quick.
That's a good place to start. Let's go
Yeah,
ahead and
if you got
explain
the
that.
iPhone, if you got an iPhone, Montre, Montre, it is an augmented reality social media / billboard app. It is the first kind in the world. This is not an over exaggeration. I'm not saying this for hyperbole. This is real life, like real talk. That's all I gotta say. So download the app, promote yourself, promote your business, promote whatever you want. It is the wave of the future. You can interact with stuff in augmented reality. If you don't know what augmented reality is, if you ever play Pokemon Go, you can post a digital asset and people can see it. Shout out to Watts behind the board. But we did a whole digital art show where people had their art posted in augmented reality and was able to interact with it.
Yeah, I'm really starting to get into that more because I have the Oculus now, and all the artwork and different things like that that's on there is like
Next level.
it's.
We about to be in Ready Player One.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
we are, and it's like you really have to catch yourself not to get too caught up. Hey Watts, can you hit that IG live? Or did I miss it? We have to really. I have to catch myself not to get too caught up and to be on there too long because like sometimes I'll get on there and it's like maybe 5 p.m. and then I take it off and it's dark outside, so I'm going in and it's just like whoa, see, yeah, that, and I get motion sickness in there too.
I get motion sickness too. That's why I can't do the augmented is different from the virtual because the virtual you got to actually put on a headset and you like are engulfed in the world. Where the augmented is basically putting digital assets in everything you see through a device. So everything we see right now, you can see a digital asset in it through augmented reality.
Okay.
So you don't have to have the glass. Like it's better if you have some sort of glasses that can detect something, but the glasses will still be seeing like this light right here. For those that can't see, you will see everything you would normally see in real life. It's just with digital assets within inside.
Okay. Well, the first part of your name starts with DJ.
Yeah.
So we definitely got to get a little bit of information on there. How long have you been a DJ? Let's ask all the questions you've probably been asked a million times first.
I started in 2004. 2004 when I first started to become a DJ disc jockey.
What made you want to become a DJ? Like I said,
you want the long version or short story version?
Whichever one you think.
Okay, I'm gonna do the long version.
Did you get shot 9 times?
Oh no.
No, it was 15 times in the penis. No, I just play.
Well, I mean, shit, you would get a new penis if you got good
yeah,
insurance.
exactly.
Was not
I'll be getting top
Yeah.
shelf.
Yeah.
We get 12 inches with the vein, my nigga.
Shout out to Caitlyn Jenner. Anyway,
We gonna get canceled.
yeah, definitely, because I am the worst one. But no, seriously, what ended up happening was, okay, so I wanted to be in hip hop, and originally I used to rap, right? So, no, you ain't got your phone on during the.
No,
phone?
actually, it was an alarm.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I used to rap, right? So I was like a punchline rapper, and my rap name was. It was an acronym. It was STEP, and then the ONE was for One Nice MC. And that's when I realized I'm not a good ass rapper because that is a fucking terrible ass rap name, right? But originally, do y'all remember a magazine called Scratch?
Yeah.
So I got a Scratch, and Scratch used to talk about I wanted to be a producer. So I figured I couldn't rap. I'm gonna be a producer. Long story short, I ended up 2 things happened. One, my high school sweetheart broke my heart. So I had nothing to do except for be fucking heartbroken and figure out a way to get into hip hop music. So I walked into a record exchange. For those that don't know, that was like a long time ago. It was a thing here in Cleveland, and they had 2 turntables. And I remember in Scratch magazine it says you needed turntables to be a producer. So I bought the turntables with my income tax check, and through heartbreak I started practicing. So shout out to you.
Like R&B songs at first, like just heartbreak songs.
No, I was doing like songs that super underground songs that you would never play, like Aesop Rock. Y'all probably don't even know who that is. Like super alternative hip hop songs. So I was like a super alternative hip hop head.
I was expecting you to say ASAP Rocky, and I thought you just mispronounced it, but
Nah.
apparently that's a whole different
I
type
was
of
trying
rap.
to
Yeah.
toss that in, but ain't nobody hear me. But all right.
What happened?
Never mind. It got missed. That's okay.
Ricky over here fucking shit up.
Actually, no. I'm just trying to make sure it goes for everybody to see us. That's all.
Yeah, but no, definitely like I should have been playing like Somebody Loves You by Patti LaBelle and stuff like that. But
Well,
no.
I
that
mean,
song.
out of heartbreak, those things happen.
Yeah.
That sounded very familiar to me, like Adele's story. You know, her isn't that the name of the singer? Did I get her name right?
The British singer?
Yeah.
Yeah, Adele?
Yeah, isn't that what happened with her? She was heartbroken, and then see,
Yeah.
it works.
Hello from the other side. That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, that. I mean, I'm glad you here to back me up with the information.
Yeah, I
Appreciate
mean,
it.
shit, she dating a dude from Cleveland.
Yeah, she dating Rich P.
Yeah, but were you aware of her?
Before Rich P.
Right.
Yeah, no, she was there. She
Fuck,
was
ain't never heard
of
that song,
Adele.
Hello from the
Adele.
Other Side.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's all
Or
good and,
Rolling
good
in the
skinny
Deep.
now too.
That shit is like, what, 14 times platinum?
Yeah,
Hello
she.
from the Other Side?
Yeah.
Back when she was fat,
Yeah.
yeah, nobody
That's what I
wanted
said.
in, boy.
She's
Everybody.
nice and skinny.
She
now.
lost that little bit. That had to be surgery or something. She lost all that weight.
Why did she have to have surgery?
That was a lot of weight to lose.
So she could have worked out and lost the weight. That doesn't mean
Yeah,
she
maybe.
had surgery.
Maybe.
Did she say she had surgery?
I want to see the process. Like, I want to see you get smaller and smaller and smaller. You
saying-
can't just kinda pop up, like-
so you smaller, like, oh,
You wanted
I just lost
to
weight.
see the first album, she was 350. Then the second one, she was a good 300. Then
Yeah,
250. Now she had about 198.
yeah, it don't just pop up one day and you look like Kim Kardashian, motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
that don't happen.
It's
You
gonna
don't
be-
go from Lizzo to Kim Kardashian in a year.
Yeah, Lizzo gonna be looking real skinny in the next few albums.
Man.
You think so? I don't
No.
think she's gonna lose weight. She can't.
I don't think
it's her thing. Is
Yeah,
that.
she might lose weight. They may pay her. They may be like, hey, we'll pay you X amount of dollars to promote our little weight loss shit.
I
but
mean, I
that's the
think she
thing.
should want to lose weight for herself, though. Like before, you get what I'm saying? Like, yo, I don't know if that's a healthy weight to be at. Like,
No.
Yeah, but she sold it. Like she came out, the whole love yourself as is thing. That's why I'm like, she'd have to totally rebrand herself if she ever wanted to lose weight. She can't.
Yeah, she would. But the thing is, like, I get what you're saying, but she would have to. You could be like, okay, I'm about to rebrand myself, but is money worth your health? Because if you're dead, you can't spend the money you have. You kind of get what I'm saying. Not saying she's gonna obviously die, but what I am saying is like, yo, you are at a unhealthy weight. Now, she has come out and said that she's tried to lose weight and it's hard for her. So there might be some other like thyroid problems type situation. But for the most part, like, yo, I don't know. It's good to love yourself, but like, yo, if I got a fucking tumor on my arm, I'm not gonna be talking about, yo, I love myself even though I got this tumor. I need to get that shit removed if it's unhealthy. Am I tripping?
No, you're not. But I'm still just like, yo, she gonna have to rebrand. Rebrand everything she can't. It's so much sold on that. It's so much sold on Love Me. Like Weight Watchers could come to her and do it, but then they have to take everything and sell all her fans. Yeah. They'd have to sell all her fans on it. Then now your storyline has to change. Now it's love yourself but be healthy. Like everything about her would be different. Being healthy though. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. She was saying before, I'm this size but I'm still healthy. And she's got to be some kind of healthy because she performs. She performs lives and shit. That takes some conditioning right there. Everybody can't just do that.
Here's the thing. All right, and I'm going to say this because we see certain things, and I'm going to say that the more weight that you have, and especially if it's fat, it makes your organs work harder. So true that. No matter how much she's moving and grooving and dancing and shit, if she's a bigger person, her shit is working harder. That goes for anybody. You could be a bodybuilder and be fucking 300 pounds and 7% body fat.
Right.
Your organs are still working fucking hard. When I worked out and I got big as fuck, I was breathing hard as fuck. My cardio was cool, but I was breathing hard as fuck because I had all of this muscle mass and my organs had to work harder. Like my heart had to work harder. My lungs had to work hard. Like it was so much shit pumping in there and everything is trying to pump out. But you got all this muscle mass and you got fat and you got blood and all this other shit in your body. So yeah, you can say, oh, I'm healthy. That fat is not healthy. I'm telling you.
No, it's not.
Healthy is between, for a guy or for a female, I should say, I want to say like 20% body fat or something like that is usually healthy for a female because females just naturally have more body fat. But you know, at her size, that's not
Yeah, she's not at 20% body fat. She way past that.
20% body fat at all. At all.
We'll see what she does because I think right now she's just like, yo, I'm making my money. Selling my albums. I got a fan base.
Well, let me ask you this. And I'm not a Lizzo person, so
me neither.
This is a real question. Like, does she have albums out, or I just heard that one song?
I think she got one album.
Yeah, I think it's one album.
But like the thing is, they say she's talented. Like she could play the flute, she could obviously sing, but I don't know how many. Like it seems, you know what? I think the point you were about to make, if I don't cut you off, is it seems like Lizzo is more about her than her music. You kind of get what I'm saying? It's more about the fact that she's overweight and she's doing all these things than like her actual music. Yeah. Like it's like, look what Lizzo wore instead of like, listen to the song Lizzo just dropped.
Yeah. Because I haven't heard any songs from Lizzo.
Well, that's how it's done. And we do have that on the list. There's now is the thing of more than just selling the music. Now you want to be controversial. So when Lizzo wears something, people want to listen to the music. So we have it on here for today. We have Donda 2 and Genius. I love how it's spelled. The Kanye documentary that's on Netflix. So you got Ye going crazy. But everybody's talking about him. Everybody wants to find out what's going on with the stem player for his album. I heard they sold like 11,000 copies of that. He's made more money, if that's the case, from doing it that way than getting his money back from selling the records through the record label. So you gotta go a little crazy sometimes to get discussed. But the thing is, Kanye is so talented. Like the music could sell itself, maybe. He's been out so long. Is the music enough for Kanye?
The music been enough for Kanye. The thing is, the shenanigans take away from the music now. Because like, yo, I don't like, first of all, here go the thing with Kanye, especially on this like recent trip. Like, yo, people seem to forget, like, this dude was on Twitter asking for a divorce. Like, does anybody remember that? Like, he was on Twitter. He was saying basically like, yo, I want a divorce, but Kim won't divorce me. He moved to Wisconsin and was like abandoned his family for a little bit. Not abandoned, but was working, but was out there and was saying they going to come out here without discussing it with his wife. The thing is this, man, like, yo, if you're going to ask for a divorce, like, you shouldn't try to renege on it at this point, because now it's like people is like, yo, I want somebody obsessed with me like Kanye. Forgetting the part where he actually, forgetting the part where you actually ask for the divorce. And then two, all this stuff happens whenever he's dropping an album. So it's just like, yo, you don't have to do this because you're Kanye West. You are going to be one of the top 10 hip hop acts of all time, probably one of the best selling. You are probably, in my opinion, the most influential rapper of all time. Period. You don't have to do this shit.
No, he doesn't.
No, he don't.
But it's working.
Because you know what? And
I think it would have worked regardless.
Nipsey Hussle did something that was real similar, where he was selling his CDs for like $100.
Yep.
And his fans had to pay $100 to get his CD. And he sold like, what, 10,000 of them or some shit like that.
Yep.
And he made all this money off the shit. And everybody was like, oh, shit, that was genius. He made like $2 million selling his CDs, and his fans purchased them for $100.
So why when Nipsey does it, it's genius, but when Ye does it, he's crazy?
No, the selling of the stem player is not crazy. That's smart.
Well, okay, I'm sorry. I don't have that opinion. You don't have that opinion. You don't have that opinion. But a lot of people you'll see like, yo, I'm not paying that fucking money for that shit. Why is he doing this? Every time you'll see someone doing something that's different than the norm, honestly, I remember it happening with Lonzo Ball. The dad. When he was like, yo, we're going to do it this way, everybody said he was crazy. I'm like, wait, isn't this like exactly what you want? You want somebody to do it different and take over? But I thought it was fine because I think Ye has a big enough base, obviously, that they're going to buy the shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think
people are going to pay $200 to listen to freaking Ye.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was genius, especially anytime you could get ownership of your stuff. Like, that's incredibly smart. Yeah. I think even if you think about LeVar Ball, like, that was smart because you were basically saying, I'm not going to let Nike pimp me. Because the thing is, like, you know, Nike has LeBron, and we could go on and on and on. But the thing is, like, if you can manufacture the clothes yourself, or you can do whatever yourself, then you are in control of your brand, and you are able to make more money, and you are able to employ more people that look like you.
Right.
Every idea that was great, people said it was crazy though.
Yeah.
If like in fucking '98, I'm pretty sure somebody was like, "Listen, here's what I want to do. I want to create something on the internet where people can just interact from all over the world and just talk to each other and do this, that, and the third, and it'll just be a platform, and you can say whatever you want to say and get your thoughts out, and people can comment on it." People have been like, "Look, nigga, no, that's not good. You sound fucking nuts."
And that's when you know you probably on to something. When people laughing at you, saying you crazy, but this thing, especially if it hasn't been done yet, man, keep going, because I guarantee you looking at a check somewhere.
Man, that's anything. Like anytime somebody think that your shit is off, if you work hard enough, that shit will work out. Like, just like y'all said with LeVar Ball, they was talking about, like, you was about to get all three of your sons playing basketball. Now, I'm one of the people that was like, nah, I don't think that all three of his sons got it to play ball
really?
like that. They were saying like his sons wasn't even that good. They was like, because of where they played at, it just made them seem like they were better than what they were. And now you look at it, and he got two sons playing the NBA.
God, I think
definitely two. I don't really watch sports anymore, so I think
the younger one.
Or is he still
No,
here?
the younger one is. It's the middle one that wouldn't be in the NBA.
Okay.
So
but he did something else though, didn't he?
The younger one went to Lithuania to play, and then he's now in the NBA. He
was
was
that
like
the one that was at Spire University? I mean, not university. The school out by like Ashtabula or something. One of them was in Northeast Ohio.
No, I think that was the second one.
Okay.
But yeah, the first, because the second one is not as good as the other two.
Yeah,
but I think at one point they all three were in the NBA, if not all now. The second one is like one of them dudes are gonna be like, G League, you can start. You got a 12-day contract. Come back. You kind of get what I'm saying. But I mean, it's good enough. He did it. I think the big baller brand thing, like, people laughed at it. The only problem is, like, if you're going to do that, you just got to make sure the quality is good, because a lot of people complain about the quality of the clothes.
I mean, he did something to make some money.
Yeah.
He was on Big Boy. His sons was on Big Boy's talk show, and they was talking about, he was like, man, what type of car you drive? And he said, what type of car you drive? He asked the son. And the son said it, and Big Boy was like, no, I mean, what type of car do you drive? And he said it again. And Big Boy was looking at him like, because it was like a $300,000 car. And I'm like, shit. I'm like, well, them niggas did something right. Because Barball, it's not like he had a fucking Nike shoe deal or he wasn't no great NBA player where he was in the league for 30 fucking years to have a mansion. So he was doing something right. He invested his money right.
He did something.
He did something right. He ain't stupid. He knows what he's doing. When he gets out there and he be saying that crazy shit, y'all be like, this motherfucker crazy. He probably, all right, is the cameras off? All right, cool. Look, here's what we're going to do. I need you to do this. I need you to do this. Hey, get my lawyer on the phone. Like, I'm pretty sure he's very intelligent with his business.
He definitely is.
To get this shit going.
I knew he was when I was hearing about what he was doing. And like I said, it was just so different. I'm like, shit, it just sounds like it's going to work to me. All right, let's see here. We have so many topics.
Sure, like 50 topics.
Oh wait, no. We kind of went over. We kind of skipped back by the genius part of the yay.
Oh, the documentary.
Yeah, no, we gotta come back to that.
I didn't watch the second part yet, but the first part.
Well, I mean, it's not like we could do a spoiler alert.
Oh, okay.
Because all these events have taken place, so if you didn't know, you just didn't fucking know. I'm watching this and I am very inspired by it. We're seeing like a very confident, hardworking, creative, at the time, Kanye West. We're seeing the influence of his mother, and all these things have been captured on video. And thank goodness, what's his name, Cootie?
Yeah.
It's smart enough to go ahead and like, yo, I'm gonna document all this shit. Take part of that documentation that they're doing, and it's through the wire video. I mean, it's like Kanye is doing this thing of a love-hate, and he's talked about that before. He's doing these things to the media and you hate him, but you see these things on camera and you love him all over again because you get the reminder of why you like Kanye West in the first place. So that's why I wanted to make sure we came back to it. You said you haven't seen episode 2. Have you watched it yet?
I watched it, yeah.
Yeah, are you up to episode 2 on it? Or?
Yeah, I watched episode 2. Because you know what? And it probably really is the musical part of me that's gonna say this, but it really points out how the East Coast is very biased towards the East Coast. Because this entire time, Kanye West is out here. This nigga had Through the Wire. This nigga had fucking all these other what was the other song?
All Falls Down.
Mm-hmm. Power,
All Falls Down.
Jesus
he
Walk.
had these songs already, and they was like they won't open up his budget for promotion. They won't open up his budget for studio time. I'm like, if a nigga is making music and Pharrell is like, hey, I'll let you come to my studio and work. Jamie Foxx is like, I'll let you come to my studio. I'm thinking like, nigga, you have people on the rock that is nowhere talented enough to get an invite from fucking Jamie Foxx. That's not taking anything away from them other people.
Shout out to H Money Bags.
Yeah, like shit. They had Rail and they had all these other, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Young Gunners and Oshino and Sparks and all these other dudes from the East Coast and Philly and New York, and they was trying to push the shit out of their ass. And they just would not do that for fucking Kanye. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, these are fucking songs that niggas was playing strong in the streets.
Yeah, once it came out, I think Dame had a plan. Go ahead, because you like, I gotta.
I know, I'm gonna shoot Rocket. This is why I say Kanye is the most influential artist ever, hip hop artist. I ain't talking about like, because niggas be like, what about the Beatles or Elvis or fucking.
I wasn't alive then. That's how
Yeah,
I feel
so,
about
but this is talking about hip hop. If you think about the landscape of hip hop at that time, it was very, very street and gangster oriented.
Yeah.
So everything that came out, with the exception of like Raucous Records, we hadn't had conscious rap drop since the early 90s. And those first few Kanye records and albums was considered conscious. So think about something like Through the Wire. They're thinking like, yo, you're going to sell like Talib Kweli. You might go gold if you're lucky. Not realizing that hip hop had changed. Like, I think we all around the same age. Yeah. So if you think about it, like, even if you not, like, I was in college at the time when College Dropout dropped. So I'm relating more to this than I can relate to the Young Gunners rapping again about street shit. You kind of get what I'm saying? Yeah. So from Dame, I think Dame said before, like, they thought they were going to do basically the East Coast version of the Chronic, where Kanye was going to make most of the beats, rap a little bit, but it was really going to be a showcase to show, like, Memphis, all the other rappers and stuff like that. But they didn't. No matter what the fuck they say, nobody expected Kanye to sell. I didn't expect Kanye to sell, and I was listening to his shit. I didn't think people was gonna accept it.
I knew people was gonna accept it because I was playing the shit out of that mixtape.
Yeah,
we played the fuck out of that mixtape when that
with
shit
the
came
I
out.
Need to Know.
I don't remember what it was called.
It's the one that he talks about on the documentary.
It's one where it got
God
this.
damn, like it was just so much
But
shit on
he
there.
made that to get himself out there. And to piggyback off of what you were saying, I think Dame just had a plan already. I don't think he completely doubted Kanye. Nobody knew what Kanye was going to be. Even the people that you saw on those, they were like, yes, this is amazing. But they didn't know it was going to be what it turned out to be. Like, even when you were like, well, Jamie Foxx said this and Pharrell said that. Well, shit, Pharrell was great then, but even now we look at him different. So it's good that it happened. I would be interested to see how his career would have been if he had went on the other label that was trying to get him. Well, there was a couple. Yeah. If he had ended up there, I wonder what Ye would have been like if it had went that way.
You know what's interesting? I'm not to cut you off. I was looking at. They really had to put the battery behind him once he sold, because the thing is, like, that first album sold like 400,014 his first week or something like that. I forgot the exact number. That was more than a lot of Jay's albums at the time in his first week. So I know they was looking at it like, man, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Nigga, who is this nigga?
That's that doing something different.
Because, and the crazy thing is, like, again, like, it was just that they felt like New York is very New York based. Like,
they are.
They was very much like, nigga, we play New York. Like, if you don't see like a bunch of people from like the Midwest getting signed to the Rock, or you didn't see a whole bunch of people getting signed from different places in these New York areas. Because they look at, honestly, if you're not from California or New York, every place else is country to them.
Exactly.
I don't know if y'all understand this, but
no, that's true.
Wherever you at, if you in Chicago, you in Ohio, Milwaukee, wherever you're at, you are the country. I know because when I was younger, my cousin, he was from New York, and when he was up here, my cousins was rapping. He was like, man, these little country ass niggas can rap. We're looking around like, we live in the hood, nigga. What you mean country? We like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he thought y'all was the nappy roots.
Yeah, I'm like, what is he talking about country? But New York, they think everything is country. New York is New York to them. They play the fuck out of New York. They radio stations were playing all New York shit. That's why when Kanye came along, I don't think they really had that plan of Kanye being that. But you have to look at it like he was making all these great beats. He had, at the time we talking about, he didn't have a budget for his promotion. He didn't have a budget for, they would open up his budget to go to the studio. This nigga had already produced the fucking blueprint.
Yeah.
He already produced the fucking blueprint. He already had a track record before that of being on fucking Harlem World.
But see,
he
that's
got songs on Harlem World. He had songs
Jermaine Dupri,
Yeah, but nobody doubted him as a producer, though.
It was the rapper, though.
It was the rap part.
But when you hear somebody rap, you know, you be like, this nigga's special. This nigga ain't.
Right. Well, you can hear somebody and say you great. Now, whether or not he'll be received and the music will be loved is going to be a whole different story.
To be real.
Fuck the fella in Def Jam behind
you speaking now 20 years later, so
to be real,
lived through how great it was.
I remember when Kanye first came out, niggas were like, yo, this nigga music hard, but he lightweight can't rap that great.
See? He was corny. It was, nobody looked at him. Well, people did. I don't want to say nobody.
That's what I want to know.
He was kind of looked at as being a little bit corny and not all that great.
Because he would do these punchlines, and sometimes the punchlines would be like, I don't know about that one, bro.
I mean, I understand that, but, and maybe it's just me because I was a person that I looked at a lot of different music. So I was a person like when I was in high school, and this is probably, I'm a little older than y'all, but when I was in high school, I can't remember the name of the station, but it used to be a Canadian station. And they used to play like these Canadian rap videos.
Oh, you talking about much music.
Much
Shot
music.
Clear, Cardinal Official.
Yeah. Black Star.
We old as shit.
When I seen this nigga rapping next to Black Star, I was like, oh, he keeping up with Black Star. Oh, I'm like, oh yeah, it wasn't a doubt in my mind the nigga could rap. Nigga, Talib Kweli and Mos Def.
Much music had obviously. Much music had they shit was called Rap City too.
Yeah, I think
And
so. Yeah,
the first nigga I remember, it was Socrates too.
Socrates,
Yup, Socrates was on it. And I remember the Choclair was the biggest nigga from Canada.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, because I used to be straight. I'm super hip hop
Never
head.
heard of that
Yeah,
station.
and when niggas was talking about niggas that can rap, I'm like, man, y'all don't know who the fuck Black Star is. I'm like, Talib, I'm like the dude Talib Kweli and Mos Def, because Mos Def already had a song out. He had like, he had some shit out.
He
on
had
Ruckus
Miss
when
Fat
Ruckus
Booty.
was going hard. Like they had Mos Def, they had the nigga that was
They had Mos Def, Talib Kweli, Pharoah Monch. They did
Pharoah
the
Monch, the nigga with the gap, Pharoah Monch.
I mean, y'all are speaking like some of the people I've heard of. It was the station. You said some Canadian station.
Yeah, it was Much Music. It was Much Music. It was the MTV of Canada.
Yeah, it was just on regular cable.
Yeah, it was just on regular cable. Kind of like, remember how if you had cable, you used to get WGTV or whatever, and that was the Chicago's like main local station?
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, it was like that. You used to get Much Music. And I remember at the bottom, they
Y'all
used to...
did say y'all a little bit older, so maybe that's...
Yeah.
Maybe y'all just a couple years off.
97,
97, 98. I remember that because I ain't heard, the minute you said Canadian station, it automatically reminded me of Much Music because I used to, dog, if you've been into like hip hop, you were a fucking hip hop fan. It's so funny because now music is so accessible to everybody. Yeah. But back in the 90s, back in my day, we fucking used to have to get on the TV with a tenor. But no, you used to be like,
really
you used to be like, yo, okay, if the box, everybody remembers the box.
Yeah.
The problem with the box is it'd be one nigga with a solid $20 playing the same fucking song over and over again. And that nigga was from Cleveland because he kept playing Crossroads to make sure niggas heard Crossroads. But then once, like, you really got cable, you had MTV, BET. BET would actually have Rap City. MTV had Yo MTV Raps.
VH1.
Yeah,
I watched VH1.
But VH1 used to play, like, contemporary pop music. Like
I watched it for the 80s stuff they played.
Yeah, like, but back in the day, like, you would never watch VH1 because it would be nothing like, they would play like early 90s type stuff.
They would play like Hammer and Vanilla Ice every night.
Yeah, something like that. That's the most you was getting. But most of the time it'd be like Madonna type shit or some like Sting
song.
Yeah, I was listening to that. I mean, like, I'm not sorry.
Like they play all that crazy shit.
Yeah, I was listening.
But, I mean,
shout out to Much Music.
Man, when I seen who he was rapping with, I was like, niggas that can rap just ain't gonna hop on a song with somebody that cannot rap. So if I see you next to somebody like that, and to this day, Mos Def and Talib Kweli ain't got to drop another motherfucking thing for me to be like, nigga, they up there, they up top, nigga, they up fucking top.
But who better though?
I mean, nigga, you get that Black Star album and listen to them niggas go back and forth. Like people talk about like Jadakiss and Styles P going back and forth. When you hear like Mos Def and Talib Kweli going back and forth and the shit they be saying, and you be going back, you be like, man, these niggas is really going hard. Like,
so,
like if they was signed to the Rock, nigga, Jay-Z would be like, hey.
Well, remember Jay-Z said lyrically, I want to be Talib Kweli.
Yeah.
Here go the thing, right? Talib dropped more music. Most is better though. But it's funny because you mentioned that Black Star album. Respiration is my second favorite song of all time.
Okay.
Like with Mos Def, Talib in common, High Tech on the beat, that's fucking pure bliss.
Yeah. And I really didn't even know who the fuck High Tech was, but I had a class, a production class, and these niggas was just underground. Like everything was just underground. Like, they
Cincinnati
was like,
nigga.
Yeah, huh?
He was from Cincinnati.
Yeah. So these niggas was just so underground shit. And they would just listen to all this underground shit. And they'd just be like, yeah, man, it's a nigga. And this was like maybe 99, 90. It had to be 99 when I was in college. The nigga was like, yeah, man, and they got this new nigga, and then this, that, and the third. And they was talking about High Tech and him producing shit. And then they was like, man, it's another nigga that's coming out. And they was talking about, they said something about Eminem. And they was like, man, it's another nigga that's coming out named E-Sham. And I'm like,
oh, the other nigga from Detroit.
I'm like E-Sham.
I've heard of him before.
Yeah. I'm like, and I listened to his show. I'm like, okay, this nigga might be, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, is he signed to like Eminem or Dr. Dre? They were like, no, he just an underground rapper from.
Yeah.
I'm listening to this shit like, the fuck, these niggas are just too fucking underground. Like,
Detroit is the most underrated hip hop city in America.
Cause they so underground, like they don't. Technically, M is underground.
Slum
rapper.
Village, Royce the 5'9".
Fucking fans.
Yeah, shit. Y'all have never heard nobody mention Slum Village.
Yeah.
You might be the first person I've heard mention Slum Village talking about a rap conversation.
Yeah. That's bad though. That's not a good thing.
I was gonna say you gotta change the people you talk to.
You telling me that when you have a rap conversation, people be like, "Oh, yeah,
especially with the area we were just talking about." Yeah,
Detroit.
That comes up.
Black milk.
I was just about to say black milk.
You from Detroit?
Definitely comes up. Black milk?
No, you.
Me?
She just
Nah.
an Eminem fan.
I mean, because I listen to Royce too. So like the whole
So you like better Royce or Eminem?
Eminem. That's not.
See, I'm a
What
Royce.
kind of question is that?
I've liked Royce more than Eminem since like 04.
Well, see, Royce may have been my favorite rapper if his manager didn't fuck that situation up. So if Royce didn't get held back, he might have. But you know, me and M connect differently. But lyrically, he's just always been amazing, and in that entertainment part too. See, Royce don't do that. Royce just raps.
Okay, I get you.
Royce just raps, and I'm not taking away from that because I love like the bar exams and shit. But Royce
they tried to get Royce on some commercial shit on that first song he had.
You can't touch me. Like yeah.
Oh, Boom was a little commercial to me. I ain't gonna lie, but I still love the fuck out of it. All right, we definitely got a whole bunch more topics here. I'm gonna let y'all pick which ones we do next. We have impending World War III. Let's see. Let's skip by here. We have the DaBaby strike, drunk Michael Jordan. I'm gonna let you guys pick which one we do next. Didn't we have another one?
Shit, do y'all even know what's going on with the World War III shit?
I mean, Russia, Ukraine had some things blown up today by Russia. Honestly, I just found out 2 days ago.
I thought that
this was happening.
I thought the Ukraine was in Russia.
No.
Oh.
So this is what happened.
Shit.
So basically, Russia is last week they sent a lot of troops to the border of Ukraine. Russia's argument is that Ukraine is trying to expand their territory. That's why they're invading. But everybody else in the world feels like Ukraine used to be part of Russia. Back in the 90s, Ukraine, there's other ones.
USSR?
Yeah, the USSR. It was other places. Don't get me to lie. I know some of the stands, like some of the Middle Eastern countries, was also part of the USSR. That's why when the USSR fell apart, some of those countries went into like this crazy ass like civilian army territory run states. Yeah. So what ended up happening is, first, remember back in 2014, Russia tried to invade Crimea, which Crimea used to be part of Russia. And then President Obama hit them with them sanctions, and it was light. Now they're back doing it again with the Ukraine, but they're saying this is different because the way they are invading is way more aggressive. They basically Russia imperialism.
Okay.
So,
well, I looked. Someone had posted what Ukraine ranks as far as what they produce, and they're in like the top 10 of like a lot of shit that the world really needs. So what I don't even know which question to ask next because you seem to be very informed. Why now, I guess, is the first question I have.
Because he in court, you got to go by what Putin's saying. He's saying that they're expanding their territory, but really what I think it is because this is to me some sort of play, because if you think about it, Russia has been meddling in American politics and America's social structure for
decades.
Yeah. For decades, but more recently, since 2016, they've been trying to infiltrate with social media wars and everything else. And to be fair, it's working. So, like, look at so much, period, because Democrats are more fierce on Russia, Republicans are more fierce on China. So what ends up happening is, I think because Biden is president, this is part of it. Yeah, this is part of it.
You know, I specifically asked you, did you know what was going on with this World War III thing? And you definitely say no. Didn't he say no?
He did. That's why I was like, well, no. You seem to know what's going on, because I don't know shit. I'm not.
Like, all right. He's like, man, you got to remember back in 2014. No, I do not remember back in 2014.
Yeah, well, actually, when he said it, I did, but I thought it was because of Biden, so it was funny that you said that. I had what.
Expect gas to go up because Russia
pay for it. That's what they want me to do.
Yeah,
fund it. Okay.
Russia is the third leader, and even though we don't directly trade with Russia, other European countries trade with Russia, so it's better. But I mean, when you number one versus number two, that's dropping nuclear bombs. It's whatever. I think the main thing is like if we get involved, on the geopolitical this shit a lot. So that's why I kind of like. I'm glad y'all brought this topic up. But on a geopolitical scale,
I didn't want to say anything
because it's so much. It's so much nuance to the situation. Because somebody
the information.
Yeah, so,
I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
they looking like me like what the fuck?
yeah. Here go the thing. The next war, America, to be real, can't be fucked with from a military standpoint. Right?
Agreed.
But from every other social aspect of our society, you kind of get what I'm saying? Because the way our democracy is set up, the way our media is set up, you can easily infiltrate. So what I just read right before I got here was that Biden is thinking about doing a cyber attack, basically cutting off their Wi-Fi, cutting off their train stuff to stop supplying food to Russia, et cetera, et cetera. That can also happen here.
Right.
They can also do the same thing back because Russia also has the same intelligence thing, so they can't go too hard. And the thing is, like, our country would not be prepared to have our life interrupted because we've never had our life interrupted. Think about it in terms like this, right? And I'm not going to try to geek out too much. There's only like been 4 or 5 attacks on U.S. soil. Mm-hmm. You had the War of 1812 when the White House burned down. You had a couple at the border of Texas between the Mexican and the American War. You had Pearl Harbor.
What was your major in college? Because there's no fucking way you just came on this show unprepared and you just dropping dates. Dropping motherfucking wars.
I think it's more. I think you have an interest in history. Is the feeling I got from that because I really like history too. Because everything he said was accurate. It's
It was
the only time
you dropped out of college like I did.
I didn't even bother to go. Listen, the only time I think we were heavily interrupted as far as like the most recent would be 9/11.
Yep.
And I would even somewhat toss in 2020 because a lot of Americans didn't know what the fuck to do with themselves. So those two things.
But that interrupted the whole world.
That's true. Yeah. But America was the one complaining about.
And to be fair, America was unprepared because if you think about how other countries have dealt with pandemics. Think about was it China 2003, where
I think that was China.
Okay, yeah, it was China with SARS, where they were interrupted. And they learned how to adapt to that. That's why they still wear masks now in China. Like, you look like, yo, why the fuck they got on the mask? Shit, because they don't want to spread it because there's so many people there.
Yeah.
I just thought that they were a bunch of, like, trained ninjas. And they just never knew, like, if some shit popped off, like, that shit wouldn't happen in China like it happened in Ukraine. Because they'd just be like, oh, shit, time for war. All of a sudden, they just rip their little ninja shit off. Some ninjas like,
okay,
nunchucks and shit. I'm going to be canceled because that's racist.
Since you're
I'm sorry, Asians.
What do you think that, just a guess, because I know you don't want to be attacked for being wrong or saying the wrong thing.
Unless y'all know karate.
What do you think the outcome of this is going to be with Ukraine, Russia, China, and whoever else gets involved in this?
Okay, so if China get involved, that's where it's going to be a really major problem because you got to think about it in terms like this. Look at all this equipment and shit we got to go around. None of this shit is made in America. It's mostly made in China. That's why it is so cheap. If you think about back in the day... Think about back in the day before globalization kicked in. For those that don't know, globalization is world trade. We used to just trade within each other and trade with other few countries. But now we trade amongst each other. So think about, all right, so back in the day, right? Remember like the Neo Geo. Did you play video games?
Yeah.
Remember, you would see like, oh man, that's raw. It had all these graphics and that shit would be like $700. Like, yo, you're not fucking... Yeah. You didn't know anybody with a Neo Geo or a Jaguar because it cost so much.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at video games on scale or technology at scale, like if somebody had a big flat screen TV or a big TV in their house, they was balling. Now they don't. So not because China produces a lot of stuff for cheap. You gotta get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now all of a sudden, if they get into it, it's like, how does that work for America? Because that means that if we start beefing with China, all this shit is going to fuck up. So it's on or
not even coming in.
Yeah, or because right now we having
don't arrive.
right now we having a problem with that because of all the semiconductors. Period. So
that and weren't like the ships were
yeah, the
big?
ships was yeah.
So we kind of
The world.
we would really be fucked is at the end of the day.
I said this on my Instagram, like, what the fuck is Putin is smart. Putin was, for those that don't know who Putin is the president. He's the runner of China, Russia, because he's been in power since 2000. Since I think it was it Boris Yeltsin?
Wasn't he like the little puppeteer or whoever was there before though?
Yeah, he was. He was a.
Yeah, he been running shit.
Yeah,
for
but
a
he been
while.
running it. He been running it for so long. And he keeps going back and forth between being the prime minister and the president.
That's
yeah,
what it is. Like he'll have somebody else in place, but it's really him
running it because he's not supposed to.
You know what? And sometimes I hear things like that, and I'm not mad at it because it's people that allow the shit to happen. This is one fucking person.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's so powerful. And
why is he powerful though?
Because of that KGB training. Whatever, he became second in command. And the thing is, he became powerful. Think about it in terms like this. How did Hitler become powerful? Because at first he was charismatic enough to get the people on his side. So even now, they just said Russia invading Crimea, his approval rate in Russia is up.
It's the people
allow
it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So like his situation, when people complain about like the royal family and whoever else over Korea, I'm like, I get what you're saying. He has the backing, but at the end of the day, there's people backing. So people, shit, here in America, we allow this shit to happen. So when I hear people in charge and in power, it's kind of hard to be mad because then also you think back throughout history. I mean, that's what everybody did. Queen Elizabeth, her family, they've been over there for how fucking long running shit? Why? Because they went, they fought, they killed people, and they took over and they stayed in power. Yeah. Now here you are in 2022. God save the queen.
Well, don't trust me. We don't want Russia to take over here. It's gonna be a lot of niggas that like money. That's gonna be Saudi because y'all not gonna like communism. Y'all think y'all like socialism. Wait till you get a load of communism. Y'all gonna be mad than a motherfucker.
Our viewers
Can
have no
I
idea
still
what
move?
communism is, socialism.
Can I move?
They don't understand none of that shit. They gonna be Googling their ass off this whole episode. They'll be looking like, what the fuck is
like,
going on?
This nigga said geopolitical. What the fuck that even mean?
All right, so we we
Nigga,
definitely.
what happened with Megan and Tory?
That's what I was just about to switch over to. The whole other, you know what? We'll go ahead and toss this in for the Talk Your Shit mod segment because you sent me a text message about it. What was this, yesterday? Yeah. Like, glad we didn't do the topics yet, and I definitely had did all the topics because I was asleep, and I woke up and like Meg and Tori and Party Next Door, I think his name, whatever his name is, they
Partisan
whatever.
Oh, you said Party? I'm gonna say, what the fuck he got?
What is that? Well, somebody jumped in on something. That's all I remember because I was still like.
Hey, Partisan, that's Megan's boyfriend, right?
Yeah. What was? Because I thought they had broke up. But I don't know.
That was just a rumor.
They didn't break up yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you know what was crazy? You remember there was a video of like her in the bathroom and him banging on the door and shit. And she had put that video out. It's on Shade Room.
Oh, I didn't see
and
that.
they was like, Lord help Megan. She's in an abusive relationship with Partisan Fontaine. Like they was going off on the shit because the nigga was trying to get into the bathroom and she was in the bathroom. And she had the phone going and shit.
That sounds like normal couple bullshit.
Did he have diarrhea or some shit?
Man, he was just trying to get in
there it is. Maybe he had to use the bathroom.
But, I mean.
Well, here's what kind of threw me is when you sent me the text message just a few hours before that very same day, I had just tried to Google their trial because I knew their trial was supposed to start. I didn't know which day, but I didn't find anything. And what had taken place was somebody had put out in a tweet, and actually I think this was before academics, I'm not sure, that DNA result had came back that someone had said it wasn't him. And then we found out it said inconclusive. At the end of the day, the trial had been pushed back. All hell broke loose on Twitter and wherever else from them tweeting and going back and forth. Tory has said he has gotten in trouble only because he was sleeping with two best friends. It has nothing to do with him shooting her. Why he didn't just say that before, I don't fucking know. So my first question is, do y'all think he did it?
Oh, no. I've always said he didn't do it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I knew you thought he didn't do it.
I don't know, but I don't think the way the story didn't sound right. But what's the official story? I guess we'll find that out.
Right.
My official stance is I don't know because we wasn't there. But do I think the nigga was like dance? People saying he was like dance, and then shot her in the foot.
He's
like
seen craziness.
I don't know that nigga turned into like a Western character out of nowhere. Like
He to me he seems to have that little bit of asshole.
So wait, do you think he did it?
In there. I think he did something. I don't know if he intended to shoot her or like you even saying he was doing this and that. I don't know. I think he was responsible for the shot because it's weird to me that still, what was this, like a year ago now? Mm-hmm. That they're both like, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. And that DNA it didn't say it wasn't him. It just said it was inconclusive. That doesn't, look, we've all seen Law and Order. That doesn't necessarily mean
I think I think this is like, so with certain situations, with a lot of situations now, I usually just be like, let's wait till the full story come out. Because think about like Jussie Smollett. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Well,
No.
Yeah. Everybody heard that like bullshit.
When I heard that shit, I was like, no, this nigga's lying.
Yeah, but it was a lot of people that was like, we need to go find these niggas. These white men that did this.
Yeah, that's when I was like, yeah. I'm like, when I heard like the entire story that he came up with, I was like, no, nigga. I'm like,
that shit don't make no sense.
Anybody that has been in a physical altercation knows it don't matter. We could all everybody in this room right now could jump somebody that's smaller than us. The fact that we pouring bleach on a person is not gonna fucking happen because we know what the fuck bleach do to our shit. We ain't pouring bleach on nobody. We ain't gonna hang a noose around. Like, that's some shit that's just totally fucking out there for some shit to happen.
And then on top of that,
who the fuck knows how to even do a fucking noose?
And you're not gonna have no bruises?
No bruises.
Yeah.
But you was knocked out enough that they was able to pour bleach on you and put a noose around your neck. The noose was still around your neck when the police came. My nigga, come on. And then what made it more unbelievable is when you're on stage and you telling everybody like, yeah, and then he hit me, and then I hit him back. I'm the gay Tupac. And I was like, y'all right. God damn it. I'm 100% gone, my nigga. Like, I don't know what happened, but
I was just like, I like your sister still. I don't know.
Yeah, I like you.
I'm done with you, my nigga.
But I was never all that crazy about him anyway, so it didn't really matter. Let him go.
Get some better writers next time you come up with a lie.
My example, I mean, I'm just saying basically, I need the full story, especially because the way this shit is playing out on social media, their stories is so drastically different. If I had to be honest, I am leaning more towards Tory didn't shoot her than did. But it seems to me like maybe him and that girl was arguing over the gun and then the shot went off. But I don't think he just flat out was like, you know what, fuck you, and then shot her in the foot.
So why not just say that, even if it was an accident?
And this is what I put on Shade Room. I was like, Tory, bro,
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, stop. Yeah. Because when she went, her and her lawyer went, and they had that restraining order. There's a gag order that says you can't talk about that case. Like, here's the tricky thing about court, and it's a tricky thing about social media is this. You go to court, you get something like that, and guess what? You're in the same venue performing as Meg Thee Stallion. Meg says, guess what? He was within 1,000 feet of me. You go in front of that judge again, he gonna be like, hey, all right, we go hit you with some more money because you violated.
Yeah, that
it's
did
a gag
happen,
order. So, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So now you violate a gag order. You go in front of the judge again, you're gonna lose the case, not because you're guilty, but simply because you keep violating what the judge told you not to do. That's how a lot of this shit happens. And trust me, they can